Hello everyone, Rudy Briksza here, coming to you with another Cube video. As many of you know, Cube is far and away one of my favorite things to do, and Vintage Cube is generally broken, but this pack looks just like a legacy one. I think that I'm going to do one of my favorite things ever, and I'm going to see if I can force mono red. Fireblast is basically like a piece of power for that deck, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to snap this up. None of these other cards really excite me. Vampiric Tutor is okay. I think it's just very justifiable. Fatal Push, Frantic Search as well, but I think I'm going to say Fireblast and see if we can have a real nice, real quick league. Hopefully our other opponents will be so kind as to give us all the red cards we could possibly need. We'll see, though. I think I'm going to take Scalding Tarn here. Scalding Tarn is just going to be good no matter what deck we end up in. Even if we end up not playing this Fireblast, I'm pretty happy to have this. Alright, we still have no mono... I guess we have Figure of Destiny. Figure of Destiny is pretty good. Shrine of Burning Rage, excellent as well. So I think I'm going to take Shrine here, because Shrine is excellent. Figure of Destiny is replaceable, Shrine is not. For a second there, I was worried. I was like, oh, maybe I'll have to take Tellurian Academy or Opposition, but Shrine is a nice one to pick up. Grim Lavamancer, excellent. I mean, obviously it sucks that we're passing Wooded Foothills, but we do have a Scalding Tarn, and Grim Lavamancer is also not replaceable, so don't want to get this. This red deck's looking kind of nice. We have a couple cards that we're really happy to have. Abbot Keral Keep, another one that I'm very happy to have as well, and I wouldn't mind getting back to Dismember. Ooh, this might come together. If we could pick up Goblin Guide, Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, we're going to be in a good spot. Ooh, Sulfuric Vortex. Jeez, this is such a nice setup going on here. This is one of the things that I really like about Cube sometimes, is sometimes when things come together, they come together real nicely here. And we're at a spot where, with all these mono red cards, it is pretty obvious that no one's in it. It is unfortunate. I really hope I get this Factory back, but I would take the Incinerate back too. But I'm definitely taking Hazoret. It's just, whew. This is setting me up on fire. It's getting me all heated up. All right. Pia is okay. I don't think we necessarily want to splash. It also does not play well with Mountain. Pia and LR is going to be okay. I think I'm going to take Terminate, only because Terminate's a card that we might be able to theoretically splash, and it's a card that's going to be the most relevant for us going on. What do I want here? I think it might be Goblin Dark Dwellers, but I don't really like Dark Dwellers. It's kind of expensive. But Crucible might be okay because, you know, being like a Strip Mine Crucible deck is just a 2-card combo on its own. Figure of Destiny coming back is nice. I guess I'll take Needle Spires. I don't think Field of Rune's going to be good enough. Lots of basics. Sacred Foundry is actually not terrible to get, too. Needle Spire, Sacred Foundry, Scalding Tarn. Okay, what do we have here? Time Twister, not very good for our deck. Chandra, Torch of Defiance, excellent for our deck. And maybe if we swing back this Hell Rider, we'll be in a good spot. Helix also is a pretty splashable card. So I think I'm pretty happy with most of what's going on here so far. So far, we're getting a lot of the power red cards, and let's just get them dead. You know, let's just get them dead. I'm tired of these folks trying to do crazy stuff like Storm and all this like Reanimator nonsense. You know what? Let's just do it to them. Let's get them just dead. Zurgo Bellstriker here, pretty obvious pickup for the most part in an empty pack. Is it the Glory Bee? I think it might be the Glory Bee. Duretti's pretty bad in these kind of decks, but Glory Bee is actually not a terrible top end to have. I think it might be Scarpheap Scounger. I don't think Pyroclasm or Imperial Recruiter is going to do anything, and if we pick up like a Badlands, you know, we don't need a lot. We just need like 1 or 2 pieces, really, to 1 or 2 black lands. All right, Fiery Confluence here is excellent. Now, it's really unfortunate that I have to pass Monatsery Swiftspear, but it doesn't look like anybody else is in red, and I can get another 1-drop. Fiery Confluence is... Ooh, and Lightning Bolt? Oh, you know what? It might be my birthday. Flame Slash, not bad pickup. Porcelain Legionnaire actually isn't terrible in these kind of decks. Oh, how'd this Knight of Autumn get in my deck? I assume that was a less pick card somewhere, and I hope I didn't accidentally pick it up instead of something else. That would be embarrassing if I did that. Porcelain Legionnaire is pretty good, but I think I'm going to take Flame Slash. I'd rather just have the removal, so I can try and use my burn spells for my opponent's face rather than anything else. Alright, Hellrider came back. That is excellent. Hellrider is awesome. If we pick up more creatures, Helix is fine. Might actually be better than Hellrider here because we do have Needlespire, Sacred Foundry, and we don't need a lot to be able to cast this. So I actually think I am going to take Helix because I'd rather keep my low to the ground. Alright, guess I'll take Wheel of Fortune. Not really happy to have that card, but what else am I going to do? Since this is one of those weird things where none of the cards that we take matter because we're never going to play against any of them, we'll just take cards at random. I'll take Pyroclasm. It's a fine sideboard card. Monatsery Swiftspear came back. That is awesome. And we got Manic Vandal. Manic Vandal's excellent. It looks like when you just get to the last pick, it just forces you to take the card immediately. Awesome. Yeah, this deck's looking great. I'd like the red-white dual Plateau in the deck, and I'd like another red fetch or two. But otherwise, I'm really liking how this deck is looking out. Moat doesn't do anything. Firebolt's pretty nice. Direfleet's pretty nice. Skull Clamp is awesome. I think I'm going to take Skull Clamp here. Can I make use out of it? Not really. I think it's just going to be Firebolt. I think I'm just going to take Firebolt here. Burn's going to be excellent. What a weird pack where we have all these powerful cards and Magic the Gathering's pass, and I'm just taking, Firebolt. I think Eidolon's going to be better than Chain Lightning, but hopefully we can wheel the chain. I mean, looking at this point, I don't think anyone else is in red, so... The only thing we're really missing is a Goblin Guide. I think we have almost every piece that I could ever want for a red deck. I am so excited to be just like a famous band and light them up. Oh, and there it is. It's just talking too much. Now I have Goblin Guide, so now I have basically all the pieces of power of the red deck. Goblin Guide, Fireblast, Shrine of Burning Rage, Eidolon, Lightning Bolt. So really all we need now is to just wheel that Chain Lightning, and this is a A+ deck. Obviously, we wish we could have had a Mox Ruby, but I'm not going to stress about it. I would have also taken Strip Mine. That would have been nice, but otherwise I'm really happy to play this deck, and I'm really looking forward to lighting some people up. So now we just have to sit and play the waiting game, which is unfortunate. I'm going to take Light Up the Stage here. Light Up the Stage is awesome. It's been a powerhouse magic card, and it's going to be excellent for making sure that we're going to be able to drag through everybody. Goblin Rival Master is awesome. I'll take it. This deck is just getting better and better and better. I just don't even think we need to play P anymore. I don't even think we want to play Gorebringer. Maybe we do. Avalanche Riders, I think is going to be better in our deck than Glorybringer, possibly. Alright. Pawnfire of the Damned, Johnny Vengeance. I don't know which of these I want. I don't think any of them are really that great, if we're being honest. I think I'd rather have the Spike Power and Bonfire between the two. Burst Lightning is awesome. Yeah, Pyromancer's okay, but I think we just want Burn at this point. Just want to keep lowering our curves as we go along. I do not think we're going to play this Helix, though. Not really too thrilled with that idea. I think I just want to keep my curve low, play 16 lands. Oh, Direfleet Daredevil is awesome. Although it's really more of a 4-drop than it is anything else. Chain Lightning came back. Can't really complain about getting pretty much everything I need, I guess I'll take the Mizzy Mortars from my sideboard. I mean, again, I think at this rate we're just kind of picking cards at random. Our deck is set. Pretty good. Wildfire. Wildfire. So good. I guess take Mana Flare to Johnny Vengeance. Alright, well, Johnny Vengeance is kind of nice. Again, I think we're pretty locked in to just doing all this nonsense. I don't think I want to play Direfleet Daredevil. At 14 Mountains. We're definitely not playing a Plains ever in a million years. Alright, let's save. Let's get into it, and I'll be right back. Hey everyone, Rudy Briksza here, CoolStuffInc.com, back for match numero 1 with our pretty nutty red deck. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. We don't have a turn 1 play, but our turn 2 plays are absurd. So, we're going to go ahead and get that in. Of course, we now have to wait for quite some time while our opponent is trying to figure out what to do. But I feel it. Right now, I'm going to play the Shrine of Burning Rage on turn 2 and get Force Spiked. And then I'm going to cry. A lot. Oh, we are finally ready. Mountain. Good old Mountain Go always gives that sense of fear to me. Is my opponent playing mono red? Am I going to get burned out? Or are they playing some sort of 2-color deck, 3-color deck, and they just have a mountain in play? You never know. It has to be scary, though, to do this. Play a forest, maybe an elf in your hand. You're like, oh, should I play this? Do I play this into my opponent? I don't know if I can. Ugh. We're ready to get the shrine going down. Obviously, we want to lower our curve as much as possible, or empty out our hand, so when we do play this Hazoret is going to start getting a lot of value. I think there is some merit to playing Eidolon that turn, but I think instead I'd rather I'd rather just get this shrine going down, because once I start casting spells, I'm going to go way over the top of everyone. Rix Maddie Reveler, okay. Alright, let's get the shrine bumping. Rix Maddie not doing much here. Oh no! Oh no! I submitted with a Mana Flare in my deck. Oh, this is the worst. Oh no. This Mana Flare should be literally anything else. It could even be an uncastable. It'd probably be better. Oh, that Mana Flare's so bad. You know what the worst part is? It might actually be reasonable to play. Okay, opponent's going to go ahead and attack here. There's just no way I'm blocking in a million years. Eidolon is going to start getting a lot of value in the meantime. Black Lotus. Okay. It's a pretty powerful Magic the Gathering card. Oh. Ugh. Oh no, my opponent has Strip Mine. Well, it turns out this Mana Flare is going to get real good real quick. Oh no. Well, this is kind of unfortunate, but I'm going to get Strip Mined out of this game, that's for sure. That is quite unfortunate. Ooh, now I have this weird spot of, do I Fireblast my opponent here. I think I do have to. So now my opponent's at 8. The strip mine is definitely going to take me out for a while. Oh, it's probably gonna kill me for sure. Okay. Well, can't really do too much here, so I think I'm just gonna hold off for now. My opponent can't really do too much at the moment in terms of attacking. They can't cast anything cheap, because they will eventually die. And I just have to hope here that I draw a mountain, and I can bolt my opponent. Or bolt this Rixmati and attack my opponent. I think I'd actually rather bolt this Rixmati and keep going. Alright, unfortunately, we're just going to play the game where we can't do too much. It's kind of funny that the Mana Flare almost actually came into play, even though it shouldn't have been in my deck at all. I was just so excited to just burn everyone. Oh no, Koth of the Hammer. That's pretty unfortunate. Alright. I think that's gonna wrap this one up. Even if I drew a bunch of mountains, I don't really think I was gonna get anywhere. So let's get this Mana Flare out of my deck. And let's bring in a Mizium Mortars, so I have more removal. And I think I want to board in Crucible here too, actually. So I actually just have ways to fight through the Strip Mine. And again, I want my curve to be low. And now we play the waiting game. And that Crucible was really good. And this is sometimes one of the, one of the bad things, right, of playing mono red and trying to play it in vintage cube specifically is sometimes your opponent does do crazy things. And right now, it doesn't look like our opponent was doing anything that crazy, but Strip Mine plus Crucible, it's what we call a combination. It's a good combination against me, that's for sure. This hand's pretty good. I have Zurgo into Firebolt into Shrine into Sulfuric Vortex. That's gonna be pretty good, to be honest. Having Shrine every game is kind of nice. I'm a pretty big fan. This hand looks great. As long as our opponent doesn't do anything super busted, it doesn't look like our opponent is doing anything that good. New Crucible. Ooh. Well, this is a kind of unfortunate. I think I'm just going to play Shrine here. I think I'm just going to pass. Xenagos is pretty good, but next turn I can go Firebolt, Incinerate, clear a bunch of creatures out, attack Xenagos. This is the unfortunate part where we're not sure. I'm not really sure what my opponent can be doing. I have my plans and I have to just kind of sit around and wait. I love mono red, and there's a lot of thrilling decisions to make and a lot of really tight and close games, but some of these times we just have to wait and see what's going on. Alright. Crucible Worlds. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and clean out what's going on over here. Drawing a land is nice, because I'll be able to slam Sulfuric Vortex no matter what. The Xenagos gone. Alright. So now all we have to do is play the Sulfuric Vortex here. No, I guess might not be able to. I think we might just double strip mine this turn. It's kind of unfortunate. Ooh. Our opponent is playing a Goblin Guide strategy as well. And this is kind of unfortunate for sure. I think we're now at a point where I don't know if I can beat this Crucible. It looks like once again, Crucible Strip Mine might be a little too good. A little too good. It is kind of unfortunate. Fortunate that we're drawing a bunch of lands. Just gonna get Strip Mine. Opponent can't really do too much except have to sit here and get him every turn. But this is getting pretty disheartening. I don't think I'm going to be able to win. As I spent that turn killing my opponent's Xenagos instead of playing Sulfuric Vortex, and then got double strip mined. And without a Mox Ruby or something, it looks like I'm just going to be... Looks like it might just be too much for me at this point. Although, I do find the Crucible Strip Mine Goblin Guide deck pretty humorous. I'm going to trade off Zurgo here, so hopefully Eidolon can start doing some work. My opponent is now at a stage where Shrine of Burning Rage is so much that they have to invest Strip Mine for the next several turns. Because if they don't, I draw a land, I get to 9 my opponent here, or play Sulfuric Vortex. I guess it would have been reasonable to not attack as well and just play Eidolon, because if I draw a Bolt off the top, be in a pretty good spot. Now we're to stage where my opponent has to decide if they want to just strip mine me away, which I think they have to. I think they're locked up in this position. They don't really have a choice. Yep, not super surprised at this. I don't think our opponent has too many choices. There's only going to be a couple turns for them. This is the unfortunate part. I think this, it's kind of weird because I literally have to draw a land pretty much every turn to not lose. But we're running out. This is 9 lands. We're only playing 16, so we only have 7 lands left. The Sulfuric Vortex was a Fireblast. Might be able to easily win. But unfortunate here. I think we're at a point where now I'm just going to lose. Oh, man. That is unfortunate. And that's going to be the end of this game. It was kind of unfortunate. Not really too much to be done. We really needed a Manic Vandal the turn after we got Crucibled, and not really too much to be done. So that's okay. We'll be back for a little bit in match number 2. Hey everyone, back here for match numero dos. Our opponent was on the play, but they did mulligan, and we have a Goblin guide to an Eidolon. And, I mean, our curve is extremely low, but we do have a couple of the 4-drops in the deck. Unfortunate that we unmulliganed our opponent. But not really too much to be done here. I do have to hope here. Opponent doesn't do too much. Incubation Druid's a nice one. And light up the stage is going to be nice in the future. Possibly even as soon as next turn. Plow under. Ooh. Looks like we're facing another Crucible strip buying strategy. Let's see if we can get out of it. Oh no, not Kitchen Figs. Kitchen Figs is too strong. I'm gonna kill this Incubation Druid, slow down our opponent just a tiny bit. I don't really think there's any real reason to attack this turn when we're gonna play Hazoret and fire to Fiery Confluence. Relic of Progenitus. I think our opponent's just looking for more lands now. Not super surprised at that. I think I'm just going to play Hazoret here. I think Hazoret is just one of the best cards that we can play, and next turn we'll be able to kind of make use out of it. Fiery Confluence here is going to pair really well with Light Up the Stage. We're going to be able to deal a bunch of damage to our opponent. Looks like 6 damage. We're pretty good, to say the least. I think we're in an okay spot at this rate. Master of the Wild Hunt. Well, that one's pretty good. Looks like that might be a card that I'm going to have to deal with, perhaps with Fiery Confluence. It looks like Master of the Wild Hunt's just going to be good. I think I'm just going to kind of sit back on Hazoret here. And just deal a bunch of damage to my opponents. I think that's really all I need to do. Is just utilize all the damage from Hazoret. I don't mind attacking here, because if my opponent does block with Kitchen Finks, they are going to gain some life, sure, go up to 10, but I'm in a stage now where Hazoret is... any removal spell is going to be good, and Hazoret is just going to slowly take over this game. This is definitely be a really, really close, tight game. Natural Order here. Ooh, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Hopefully our opponent gets like a Wormcoil Engine, like in Manic Vandal, that they know about here. But I think they're going to get Progenitus and just murder us. Murder. Deranged Hermit. Okay. Deranged Hermit's pretty good. Opponent can now play Echo at this point, so it looks like they're just gonna have a large tree of 1/1s. I think I can manage that with Hazoret for sure. Chrome Mox is good for me. I would wager that is not the direction my opponent wanted to go in. I think they may have wanted to fight my Wolf to Eidolon first. Sylvan Library, okay. I also don't know if my opponent wanted to play Chrome Mox into my Manic Vandal. So I could play Rabble Master, but Rabble Master kind of forces my Goblin guy to attack, and I don't think I want to do that. I think I just kind of want to sit on Hazoret here and just keep discarding cards. I'm fine if Master here trades with one of my creatures. Alright, Eidolon is dead. And now the Strange Hermit is dead. And the only reason I didn't attack with Hazoret is because my opponent has a free block with Deranged Hermit anyway. So it doesn't really do too much for me. They could also block with the Wolf and trade. There's just everything my opponent could do. It's pretty easy. Let's go ahead and discard this Rabble Master. I know that I'm just fighting cards to discard with Hazoret here. My opponent has to find some answer at some point very soon. Alright, so I know I'm drawing another burn spell here. Not really too much in the form of Hazoret. As we know, we're drawing a mountain next turn. No reason to make any sudden movements. My opponent has to find some answer to Hazoret or some way to go around Hazoret pretty quickly. They already used their natural order, so I'm not super worried about Craterhoof Behemoth here. Opponent can't really attack very effectively because I get to block. I'll definitely take the 2 damage here and eat 2 creatures for sure. Alright, and I'll put my opponent dead on board. My opponent has to find an answer to Hazoret exactly this turn, or a way to deal 12 damage. Otherwise, they will simply die to my activating Hazoret. They were not able to find anything, so they are very dead. Missy Mortar's in. It's possible that I might want Pyroclasm as well. These cards are actually going to be okay. Glorybringer is actually alright as well in this matchup. I don't think I want Rabble Master, so I don't think it's going to get it for too much here, unfortunately. I think everything else is going to be pretty good, though. Alright, this hand is awesome. It's just a bunch of removal and a bunch of burn. No creatures for repeatable damage, but I think we have everything else that I could want. And I would guess that my opponent here, being a green deck, is probably going to be a little reliant on some of their mana idiots. So I want to be able to take them out when I can. Obviously, I'm not really progressing my board. I do only have 10 damage in my hand. Kitchen Finks here is pretty good. Hopefully I don't spike a 4. Flame Slash. I'll take it. I'll take it because I don't mind removal. It's easy removal here. I can get rid of 1/2 of Kitchen Finks. It's all pretty solid for myself at this stage. Really, I just have to hope that my opponent doesn't do anything crazy here. If Natural Order for Deranged Hermit is their best play, I think that's pretty good for me. And no blocks here. I'm going to win this race by a lot with all the burn that I have. Go ahead and just murder this Noble Hierarch here. Our opponent has missed a land drop being on the play. And I can definitely take another 2 damage here off this Kitchen Finks. And this is one of the nice parts. Now I'm going to get to a stage where I can flashback Firebolt here. So my opponent is not going to have any effective blockers either way. And I'm going to continue getting through this Abbot of Keral Keep. Prowess is nice. Chrome Mox. Ooh, fancy. I heard a Plow Under. I'll take it. Ooh, Greens and Zenith, X equals 3. I'm interested. A lot of good targets here. Scariest one is probably Leovold, because my opponent doesn't have very many cards. Tireless Tracker. Okay. Shrine is awesome. There's no reason for me not to attack here. Next turn I get to go Shrine plus bolt this Kitchen Finks or bolt whatever. And it's 2 non-creature spells, so I get to attack for 4. Master the Wild Hunt, that's the best one ever for me to bolt. I do appreciate my opponent attacking here. I think it is correct. Theoretically, as long as my opponent keeps casting spells, I'm going to lose the race. My opponent has shown us that they are a Plow Under deck, even though they technically have used their Plow Under already. They might have more things along those lines, and I'd rather not put myself in a position where bad things might happen. And now all of a sudden this race does not look so close anymore. That's for sure. And my opponent's no longer attacking, which means they no longer have anything to do. I hope I draw light at the stage. Well, we'll take Goblin Guide. Fast Bond. Pretty dead card. I'm okay with my opponent trading with either of my cards here. My opponent is on a very fast clock. Fireblast is 5 damage because they're Shrine of Burning Rage, and it's free. Opponent's going to draw Fast Bond. I never want to F6 anymore because of the Shrine of Burning Rage. That's for sure. Alright, drawing another mountain here. Kind of sucks, but we're so far ahead, I just think it might not matter. Ooh, drew our opponent a Gaia's Cradle. And I think we have enough damage here, right? I think we do. Let's go ahead and sack 2 mountains here. Put our Shrine of Rage up to 5. Yeah, should be 9. You can do basic math. We did it! Alright, I'll be back for match number 3 in just a moment. Hey everyone, back here for match number 3. I'm going to keep this hand even though I'm on the draw, and even though I may have Mana Flare still in my deck. I thought it got taken out, but it somehow has made its way back in every time. So it's unfortunate. Not really too much that I can do about it. Just hope that I don't get too punished for it, for having a literal dead card in my hand. Didn't hurt me too much last game, but this one was pretty bad. This one looks really bad. Looks like I'm never going to get to play it, though, fortunately. Jace Bellerin. Assume my opponent is going to minus. I'm going to Incinerate here. Obviously want to make better use out of my mana. Revel Master here is awesome. Next turn I have to go Chandra into Scarpheap Scounger. Lots of really good tools available. We'll pretend that I mulliganed. That'll be the best way to manage that. Sower here, pretty good. Pretty good. Instead, I think I'm going to Chandra plus and bolt this Sower. I want my Chandra to be out of bolt range. You know, if my opponent untaps, if I minus here and my opponent has something just like Electrolyze plus like Gut Shot or something else along those lines. Just so many ways that it could go bad. Chandra's probably going to win the game anyway. Also acts as like another removal spell as long as I have it up, and I'd rather just take it up. Threatens more lethal. Lenolendra Archmage. It's pretty good. Pretty pressured Chandra. Let's go ahead and take out this Glenolendra, or at least part of it. I'm not sold on trading off my Goblin Revel Master just yet, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and ship Ascendant with these Goblins. Anytime my opponent wants to trade, they'll make Goblin Revel Master's life a little bit easier for getting in future turns. Chandra is also threatening to ultimate in 2 turns, so my opponent is forced to interact with it. I think my opponent might be missing a little too much action in their hand here to really make any use. Not too worried about Avalanche Riders, to tell you the truth. Let's cast this with Dash. Let's go ahead and get in. Gotta keep getting busy every turn. Opponent is kind of forced to react. They're just going to, in the process where they're losing to our creatures, they're losing to our Chandra. So, yeah. Unfortunate for our opponent, great for us. This is part of the reason why I like playing mono red style decks in Cube. Very punishing. Very punishing. Goblin Electromancer. Alright, well, I'm going to have Chandra, because it makes the most amount of sense here. I'm going to attack with everyone. My opponent is forced to block my Goblin Revel Master here. I'll go to 3, and I guess this Mana Flare wasn't useless after all. Mana Flare killed our opponent. Look at that. I am a genius for putting it in my deck, and totally not stupid for it not, for any other reason. Let's get this Direfleet Daredevil in my deck. I think I'm okay with everything else. Everything else looks pretty solid. It was very fortunate how smart I was. Smart and thin, as the children say. We have to play this slow game. I don't think I want to play Abbot on turn 2. I think I'd rather try to play it on turn 3, see if I can get a land out of it, or see if I can get a 1-drop out of it. I don't think playing it on turn 2 for no value is very good against my opponent's, potential a million counterspell deck. If I had to guess, that is what they're doing. Alright. Unfortunate I lose Fiery Confluence. 4 mana, 6 damage is still reasonably good. I think I'm okay, no matter what my opponent wants to take here. It is kind of unfortunate. Oh, it looks like they targeted themselves to get rid of Faithless Looting. So it looks like our opponent might be an artifact-based deck, potentially, with something like Duretti and Mindslaver. And now I get to go ahead and start making some action. Taking some action, seeing what we can do to crush our opponent here. Alright. And they let that go. So I guess I'm just going to attack with Abbot. I'm going to play my favorite play with Prowess Creatures, which is light up the stage after combat. And going to go ahead and play Figure here. And next turn I have Goblin Rabblemaster. And my hand is just infinite amounts of burn. I think as long as nothing goes too crazy, we'll be in a good spot. Go ahead and just make our Figure of Destiny a 2/2 here. Let's go ahead and bolt this Jace. Don't give our opponent anything extra. And we'll just attack our opponent for a pretty decent chunk of change here. I think our opponent is starting to fall too far behind. They will be unable to catch up. Next turn, I can play Vortex, make Figure 4/4, and Fireblast our opponent. So that is lethal, assuming that our opponent is on air, which I gotta tell you, at this rate, kind of seems like they are. Alright, yeah, Cardin's all good. You can have Sower of Temptation. I think this should do it here. I think we are likely to see our opponent concede after this Fireblast. They're just dead on board as well. And I did it! Alright, that was kind of excellent. I really like this mono red deck, and I had a lot of fun. It was a good 2-1. We only lost to Crucible Strip Mine, so mono red's still good. I'll catch everyone next time.